How's it going? So I'm playing 1 versus 2. I'm trying to figure out how to play 1v2. Now, this is in no respect useful for ranked games because the tactic in here for 1v2 is completely different. I tried playing Tryndamere, and let me just put this on sound just super low, like this. So now, realistically, you cannot do this. You cannot in League of Legends. You cannot win 1 versus 2. I'll tell you why. If you test it yourself, you will find that if they have crowd control on their side, it is impossible to win, right? Because what happens is they stun you, they burst you, and they flash out, and that's it, right? On next rotation, when they have flash up, right, they can burst you again, and like you can't do much because of crowd control, right? And you'll notice like the only way to do this, like if you're winning this, the enemies are brain dead idiots, right? It's possible for only under one condition: the enemy are complete brain dead idiots, right? Look at their like items, for example, right? Now this gives me opportunity to win because I can harass Riven for free. If she took Horn with regen, there is no way for me to win this. No way, right? But again, because you'll see what they're doing is just these are two. I don't know. I didn't check them, but based on based on the lobby, they were unranked. But it's beginning of the season, so it's hard to tell if they have any rank. I'll check them after the game, right? But you see, they do kind of like stupid shit like this. Like, look at this. I mean, what the hell is it doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this? Okay. So um the condition we're playing is I can die 2 times. I can die 2 times, and I have 2 lives, and they have only 1 life. So if one of them dies, they're out. So you see, Lee Sin died, so he's out of the game, and I have 1 more life left, right? And then the second condition is whoever gets to 100 CS wins first, right? First 100 CS. Either one of them can get to 100 CS, right? And if I take a turret, I win. If they take 2 turrets, I win, right? So I technically have 2 lives, right? And honestly, in this game, they kind of already lost because I mean, what is Riven going to do against Nasus? Um, it's not really playable because I already have my Shin, right? Yeah, you see. Now you would think that it's easy because technically you have 2 lives, you can farm it up and go back, buy some items, and now you can 1v2. The problem is the harass is so strong most of the time. Like once you start getting to kind of like upper gold level, it's just so difficult because the harass alone stops you from farming. And if you approach minion wave too closely, what they do is they flash on you. Normally they have like exhaust, ignite, right? One of them flashes on you, they have some kind of slow or CC, they stun you. Then another guy follows up, they exhaust you, and like you lose so much health, it becomes unplayable for you, right? So even approaching a minion wave is difficult. Do you know what I'm saying? I tried Tryndamere and it's the same problem. Another problem is smart players take Vayne and some form of crowd control, right? So it could be like Nautilus, it could be Pantheon, it could be like something that can peel off, and then like Vayne does so much damage, it's ridiculous, right? It's just ridiculous how much damage it's doing. Like even without items, because of that true damage and the lethal tempo, what happens is you just get CC'd, right? Exhausted, CC'd again, and by that time you're already dead, right? That's it. There's no way. So I'm saying is that like people saying you can carry in League of Legends, well then knock yourself out. Try to 1v2, try to 1v3 in ARAM game. I want to see what you're gonna do. The first problem you're gonna notice how powerful crowd control is in the game. It is ridiculous. Ridiculous how powerful it is, right? No counterplay to crowd control in any shape or form, right? And second is too many slows. Like basically crowd control. If I were to sum it up, why you cannot 1v2 in League of Legends? Crowd control. That's it. Just can't do it, right? Again, like, think about it, right? If they have flashes and you have one flash, technically you could do it, right? I played against Sylas and Pantheon, right? The problem with Sylas has a slow, Pantheon has a stun, right? And then Sylas has again crowd control. So what happens is you just get you simply get like chain CC'd, and there is literally not much you can do. Even if they're like super low health, there was an opportunity for me to go in. Again, Sylas stuns you, Pantheon stuns you, Sylas slows you, Pantheon shoots his spear at you. You're just like taking damage, right? Then I even reached Sylas. I was like, that's it, he's almost dead, right? He flashes out, Pantheon stuns me again, right? It's like the crowd control is such a big problem. So like that's the problem. How are you expected to 1v5 if you can't even 1v2 because of crowd control? And in 5-on-5 situations, there is even more crowd control, right? So like realistically speaking, you cannot carry in League of Legends. If you are carrying, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's so demoralizing to play the game, because if you are winning and if you're 1v5ing, you're playing against these guys that I just right now won 1v2. It's not that you're good, it's just that they are complete idiots. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying is like in League of Legends, you are not playing, you're rotating the games to get idiots on the enemy team. That's it, right? What is League of Legends? I'm rotating so I can get idiots so I can climb. Because on average, right, there are a lot more shitty players than good players. So on average, you're going to be whoever gets the shittiest players loses usually, right? And you get more points for winning than losing, right? So if you rotate enough, you will. And I also think that in the back end of League of Legends, if you look at the kind of back end code, the system I'd say is set to 55% win rate, right? If you just take a bot, right, and who does not play well but does not play shit, he just breaks even every single game, right? I'd say he's gonna win 55% of the time. So if you spam enough games at 55% win rate with more points per game than loss, you start climbing slowly. That's why you get these results where you have diamond player and he's so bad, like I'm looking at him and thinking to myself, how did he even pass gold? He's so bad, right? That's because the system is you can just spam games. You can also counterpick, right? Counterpick by default means you're not gonna carry, but you're not gonna do bad either, right? Because I mean, how difficult is it to play Malphite into Fiora or Riven or Jax? Like how difficult is it? You press Q, you run away. You press Q, you run away. That's it. If Jax all-ins you, you press Q, you run away. That's it. Fiora all-ins you, you press Q, you run away. If all fails, you just press R. It's like the distance of R is 2 flashes, right? And cooldown on Malphite R is not that long, right? So that's what I'm saying is you can just do that and spam a lot of games, and that's it. You're climbing, right? So I already highlighted that in my videos where I'm saying is this ranking in League of Legends, total waste of your time. Doesn't mean anything. Absolutely pointless. Completely pointless. What it does is it just measures how well are you spamming games, and that's it. Now, to a certain extent, it measures are you feeding or not, because if you're feeding, you're not gonna climb, right? But you can play passively and just climb. You can do it if you have enough time. If you're a full-time streamer, you know League of Legends is your full-time job, you can just play passive and you're gonna climb. Guarantee you, any role. You can do it in any role. Because I think secretly, like I said before, there is a 55% win rate is in the back end. Based on my analysis, right? Maybe I'm wrong. It could be, but it's definitely stacked in your favor. I'm talking about if you break even. If you just pick pick Nasus and play passive, you'll see that like it's kind of 55 stacked in your favor because most of the time, like 45% of games you're gonna get, your team is just gonna int. 55% of your games um, is gonna be like your team is doing okay, right? But the problem is like you don't know when you're gonna get those games, right? So you could go on like 20 game losing streak, 20 game winning streak. It's like it's such a you basically have to play like 500 games, right? And then you climb, right? But I mean, think about it, like 500 games, like you really want to play 500 games in league for free. Sign me up. Sign me out. No, not gonna do that, right? Because I mean, it's such a frustrating experience. Now, I'm losing in this a lot, but I don't mind. Why? Because I can exit the game. Right, that's very important. I think in League, most toxicity comes from the fact that you cannot exit the game. If you could, just leave, no penalty, see you later, I think the community would not be toxic, to be honest with you. The problem is you are hostage in League when you play League. In here, you're not a hostage, right? I can test, I can exit, do whatever the hell I want. If they trap me in a game, adios, right? But again, fundamentally, I'm saying you cannot, I repeat, cannot 1v2 in League of Legends. If you're winning 1v2, the enemy are idiots. That's it. All right? But I'll test more. Maybe I'll come up with maybe Tryndamere strategy or something like that. But so far, I think Nasus spamming Spirit Fire is, I think, the best way to do it, to be honest with you. But again, you're banking on the fact that they are brain dead and they will not take Horn. If they take Horn with regen beats, I actually did not even think about it. I just realized that right now. If they take Horn with 3 rejuvenation beats, you're just done. Like, you're just done, dude. There's nothing you can do, right? That's why I'm thinking maybe Tryndamere, right? Maybe Trinda. Because Trinda, right, what you can do is you can somehow try to farm it up. And if you get Phantom Dancer or at least Zeal, and they have no items, on level 6, you can definitely 1v2 on full Fury. Assuming they, again, do not have crowd control. Now, this game would be nice for Trinda, to be honest with you. I would be able to 1v2 these guys. Because I would be able to, for free, for sure, kill Riven, because he'll be experienced. He'll be just experienced behind. And then I could definitely deal with Lee Sin. And also, of course, in this kind of, we're playing whoever gets to 100 CS first. If one of them dies, you just automatically win the game because you can just out CS them, effectively speaking, right? But again, you see, when you play against smart players, what they do is they take one harass and one CSer, right? So I was playing against two guys. One of them was Zed, one of them was Jax, right? So Jax was farming, Zed was harassing, right? So do you see what I'm saying? Is that like in this situation you have to kill Zed. No, you have to kill Jax, right? Because he has all the CS, but it's very hard to kill him because it's Jax, and he has his E, and then Zed is going to all in you, right? And Zed is like standing there harassing you all the time. It's very very hard, right? But I was playing as Tryndamere, right? I almost won that but again, not because I'm good, because their Jax was a little bit brain dead. I think he was bronze, to be honest with you. He kept jumping on me, getting hit by a turret, and then he went om. The only reason why I lost is because I mistimed my ult. If I timed it earlier, I would have won that. Made a mistake there. I'll keep experimenting, but I don't have a lot of hopes for 1v2 as a game mode because it's just way too easy to lose. Just like I cannot think of a skill level which I can reach where I can consistently 1v2. Because even if you pick Tryndamere, what if they pick Tryndamere? What if they pick Tryndamere and Volibear against you, right? I mean, that's nasty. Now, you think that levels on Aram are going to kick in, but the problem is in here, you almost level up at the same time as they do. There is like half a level difference between you and them. Look, like I'm level 6 and Lee Sin is already set. Oh, he's level 5, okay. But look, I'm level 6 and Riven is level 6. Do you know what I mean? On Summoner's Rift, it's a little bit easier because the levels work a little bit different. There is no passive experience in Summoner's Rift. In here, there is passive experience, right? So you see, the problem is like you cannot play to level advantage. On Summoner's Rift, you can kind of do that because when you play Summoner's Rift, like normally when there's two people top, you are level 6, they are level 4, right? So you have this opportunity to all in them at level 6 if they are bad, right? But in here, you just don't have this opportunity because the level difference is like half a level. Do you know what I mean? And it's very, very hard. Okay, so there is like, I'm just showing you, right? If you're winning, if you're like 1v5ing in League, it's not because you're good. It's because you're playing against Special Olympics. All right? Take care.